what we don't understand, gotta understand these movies, was Black Adam. You understand? Because Black Adam is the sun. Superman is a percentage of the sun. See? So anyway, this is why Superman couldn't beat back Black Adam. But anyway, when he passed away, that echo permeated throughout the whole the flat surface of the earth, as well as all life beneath earth and throughout the cosmos. And what did the entity say? This is the Justice League. What did the entity say that had the horns on his head? Look just like the moon now. See the moon going upside down and how it's looking when it's flipped upside? See the moon flip? Look at the horns. What did he say? Oh, Earth now is vulnerable. And what was he trying to get? The cube. The same cube that y'all be showing you that's around on this CGI shit that's around on Earth. Hold on, wait a minute. I just noticed this. Where's my shit at? So anyway, people that don't watch the Justice League, you can watch that. And then when Superman rolls back from his grave, look how easily it was to protect Earth and get rid of everything that was here that was destroy Earth. When he rolls back to his consciousness, came back to life. So all of this entity put inside the movies. It's up to you to watch it. He even put himself in the movies that mean the most. You got to understand the movies that does the most. Mainly them. I really haven't seen him in Transformers. I haven't seen him in Transformers. I haven't seen. He can be Megatron if you want. If you can say he's Megatron, but haven't seen him in Transformers. But Hunger Games, fucking The Matrix. What else of a movie he put himself in? Shit. I can't think right now, but it's a few other, but it's very limited in what he put the movies that he put himself in, because the movies that he put himself in, he's actually controlling a whole situation, and he's very dark and evil at what he's doing. So do you look at the Matrix, controlling and dark, that you had a bunch of machines to kill humans or live off of their energy. You look at Hunger Games, you had people in fucking poverty, you understand, versus the wealthy. And they had to fight and kill each other in order to get some food or come up out of that. See, it's the same thing we got here. He put himself in certain movies that represents the entirety of the planet. He don't do little scenes like Hawk, you know what I mean, and shit like that. No, he doesn't do that. He do stuff that represents the entirety of the planet when something is getting ready to take over the planet. That's how he put X-Men is another one. He put himself in that shit as well. You got to understand, this dude is, this Pindar, I keep telling y'all, you got to have respect and some sort of admiration for this Joker, because he's seen it through. You got to understand that. He's seen his vision through. If you can't respect the motherfucker for that, people, I don't know what to tell you. I'm being honest. I'm being honest. You gotta. It's not his fault that you made the choices you made in life. You gotta think about this, and then you gotta say, okay, well, I was young and I was taught this shit. Okay, well, who taught it to you? You gotta look at your parents, and then their parents gonna look at their parents, and their parents gonna look at their parents, and their parents gonna look at their parents. Their parents gonna look at their parents. See, it's a generational curse. See, that's how the shit go back. That's why it's not gonna be. Y'all have the slightest idea. I do not mean to laugh, because some people take this shit me laughing. It's like, Kalai, you really like, you don't care about life. No, you have the slightest idea. There is not going to be any type of argument and fusion between us and white people. It's only going to be a small smidge. The truth is more disturbing than the lie. This is what I'm trying to tell you. We going to cry. Our people, we going to fucking cry. We going to be hurt. Yo, are you serious? Like, I was walking around every day believing I'm human and I can do that, and I'm doing this all because you didn't want to have a whip on your back. Well, you didn't have to have a whip on your back. Just say, okay, when you put that whip on my back, I'm going to put that motherfucker on yours. Or you put that whip on my back, I'm going to take your head off. Simple as that. But we didn't say that. We told you, please don't put the whip on my back. I'm going to do what you want me to do. But gonna understand something. It took a lot of breeding and manipulation to do that. A lot of crossbreeding, a lot of abuse, and a lot of murder, a lot of genocidal shit to get you in the state of mind that you were in. So now let me fast forward real fast to the current situation that's going to affect the future for us so we can see right now. Let me turn this around. I tell you, please look at this. Look at this. Okay, now let me just let this video play so you can hear it. And let's go.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for spending your valuable time with the Adapt 2030 channel. I'm trying to
pause. 5 Arab states plus Iran among 19 nations ready to join what? BRICS. Ready to join what? BRICS.
you an equation here. 5 Arab states plus Iran, among other 19 nations ready to join BRICS, makes the news airwaves.
Makes the news airwaves. Look at all these banks that collapsing.
A tidal wave of bank crashes. I'm just wondering if that wealth has flowed and this is the result. Because winding back a few months, 3 banks that failed this year, bigger than the 25 that fell in 2008. What about the news releases of that time?
Pause. Let me go back. These 3 banks that failed, right, this year, or the 2 banks that they said fell back in 2008, don't even compare to the failure of this right here. Signature Bank, Silicon Valley Bank, First Republic, it don't even compare to the fall that these banks had. That shit in 2008 is actually, it's like pennies compared to this right here. Pennies.
What about the news releases of that time? Dollar chart, 4th bear market, 50 years now inbound. Because just this region of the BRICS contains half the world's population. Bangladesh already moving over to pay for a nuclear power plant with Chinese currency.
Hold on. You ain't hear that? Did you hear that?
The world's population. Bangladesh
to pay off Russian nuclear plant loan in Chinese currency. And Chinese currency, no American currency, Chinese currency.
Already moving over to pay for a nuclear power plant with Chinese currency. Argentina dropping the dollar rate along with Brazil, and China slashing exports to the United States.
Pause. Let me rewind that again. China slashing exports to the United States. Who else joining them?
Currency. Argentina dropped
the dollar. Oh, whoa.
In the dollar rate along with Brazil, and China slashing exports to the United States. Wondering if it has anything to do with cycles in the sun.
Pause. Let me go back again. Say that again. Adapt 2030. I wonder if it has to do with what?
States. I'm wondering if it has anything to do with cycles in the sun.
Ooh, this is a race against the sun. Hold on. Let me move forward. I'm only going to show y'all. I only want to play different parts. Here we go. All right. Please go watch his full video. I would tell you, please go watch this full video. It's only 13 minutes long. Adapt 2030 right here. Now, here we go. Let me get back to the video.
And now on with the video. And the reason I said is there a correlation between this, because the last round of bank failures, disguised as removal of on-road off-ramps of crypto for Silvergate, for example, or SVB, Silicon Valley Bank, all occurred right at the same time that these news headlines were rolling around. China, Brazil, they're going to ditch the dollar. Key Asian bloc, ASEAN jumping over, ditching the dollar, including Malaysia and Indonesia, going right over to the BRICS. 40 African nations visit Moscow. And Saudi Arabia, UAE, Egypt, Algeria, Argentina, Mexico, Nigeria said they wanted to join, but now they've put in formal applications.
Hold up. They all said they wanted to join at one point in time. Now they all look at Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Egypt, Algeria, Argentina, Mexico, Nigeria wants to join BRICS. What? Oh, they all gone. They all leaving. 40 African countries, what, are in Moscow today?
And then when China completes the first UN settled deal for LNG with France, and the same thing happens, our banks cratered. So what is it? This is a massive movement of wealth from one area to the next. PacWest, Lending Tree, they will recover as more money is printed in it.
Pause. Let me move forward because y'all gonna have to watch that gram for yourself. That way y'all can get a better understanding of this. He's breaking down the difference between banks that have money. Now I want y'all to watch this here. Finish watching this.
Your resource-backed currency block is all about. Once they're formally putting in applications, making moves to move away from dollar-settled trade, that money is moving out of the Western Bloc countries, including the United States, over into this new trading bloc where there will be more opportunity for return on investment without hyperinflation, because now the United States is going to need to print how many more billions to make up for the losses again. And I would encourage you to look at the news releases of that time, each time there's a run on the banks or a bank is failing in the United States. There is a wealth movement, and they're directly correlated and tied within a week of each other. This is not going away. It's just going to intensify. Now that others in the block are learning, they can use these news releases as weaponized news release to trigger bank failures in America. This is where it's gone to. That's why I call it the Crystal Ball Chronicles, because you can look into the future to see it's going to happen chapter after chapter after chapter, and we will need to print after print after print, and this leads to hyperinflation.
Pause. America, Canada, all of these are joining hands. Why the fuck I need to ship shit over here? We all together over here. This is Africa. This is Brazil. Why do I need to deal with you at all? See, cut the currency and we all can deal with each other. Okay, let me finish.
And this is what I'm referencing here. Whenever these announcements come, there are massive withdrawals from depositors. Now, you could blame that and say, oh, the American people are spooked. They just want to pull their money out. It just doesn't happen like that, really. Even in 2008 and 9, people weren't pulling the money out to put it in bigger banks. It was more about the housing crisis contagion. This is the first time we've seen it. They're just making up excuses here. So let's break down the dozen of regional bank stocks plunging. Again, written form is a little bit different than the charts that I showed you. These two lists are a little bit different in the banks that you'll see here: PacWest, Western Alliance, Metropolitan, Home Street, Zions Bank, KeyCorp, Harbor One, Citizens Financial, down. That's massive, massive losses. Anytime you're losing 30% in a single session. And then the regional banking indices, which is the basket of all of them, down 4%. There's going to be some taking over from the FDIC and try to instill confidence once again. But this U.S. dollar fourth bear market is definitely in play here. You can see how far it is going to go down comparatively to where we sit now at the index mark of 100. U.S. dollars should continue to drop further. A lot of countries are really making deals to go away from the dollar. But at the same time, we're getting this bank merger. This is one of the cards out of the deck. And I was saying, what is that behemoth behind it? What is that? That is BRICS, the megalodon. And right on cue, the 5 Arab states plus other 19 nations. And the thing that was most interesting for me was the G7 is expected to make up 27.8% of the global economy in 2028, which is really just like 4.5 years from now. And the BRICS is actually going to eclipse that greatly, 35%. So the movement's already in play. And we look at the total amount of population just here with Indonesia, Southeast Asia, China, this sort of area, India, and it's over half the world's population. And they're on their own trading block, trading resources and gold-backed currencies. And you'll see.
Exactly. That makes more sense. Look at the population here and look at the population in the United States. You know how many people are here in the U.S.? Look at, there's billions of people here. It's only millions over here. We could slash that out. Don't worry about it.
And they're on their own trading block, trading resources and gold-backed currencies. And you'll see why the U.S. is being on the tapering end of Chinese exports. And then these nails, if you will, in the coffin of the dollar. Bangladesh now going to pay off a Russian nuclear plant loan in Chinese currency. Before that was the realm of the dollar only. And we see Argentina dropping the dollar with trading, moving over to Chinese settlement in yuan, just like Brazil did. So now we got Argentina and Brazil, the two largest grain producers in South America, settling in yuan. Wow, that is huge, huge, huge if you realize how much food production those two nations alone. And then we got Indonesia. They want to get rid of MasterCard. They were toying with the idea a couple months ago, but now they're in earnest.
Let me pause this real fast, my people. Let me rewind this a little bit. So when people don't need, maybe not haven't heard that. The two largest grain producers have now just switched over to Chinese currency.
Chinese settlement in yuan, just like Brazil did. So now we got Argentina and Brazil, the two largest grain producers in South America, settling in yuan. Wow, that is huge, huge, huge. If you realize how much food production those two nations alone. And then we got Indonesia. They want to get rid of MasterCard. They were toying with the idea a couple months ago, but now they're earnestly telling their citizens, stop using those. Use our own independent local payment systems as we switch over to the BRICS currency. We want nothing to do with West or dollar again. And since we're speaking of Arab nations, if hardship approaches you, then you say, you are what I will use to blossom. Because there is opportunity everywhere you look if you change your mind frame. And also the sunspots. April, as you can see, they're moving closer to the equator. And once that does, flip. The new solar cycle shall begin again. Now, how long will this one be, or how high will the sunspot numbers get before we decline into the abyss of low solar activity for two solar cycles, which would change society anyway? This is all on cue with the sun. We used to worship the sun. Do you wonder why?
Ho, 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 ho.
We used to worship the sun. Do you wonder why? On cue with the sun. We used to worship the sun. Do you wonder why? Cycles, which would change society anyway. This is all on cue with the sun. We used to worship the sun. Do you wonder why? Cycles, which would change society anyway. This is all on cue with the sun. We used to worship the sun. Do you wonder why?
All ancient history spoke about that ball in the damn sky that we call the sun. That's all I got to tell you. This is a race against the sun. This is a race against the solar flash. This is all this is. They already got 98.9% of the people out on the planet the way that they want them. This is a race against the sun. See, it's about keeping you in a state that you are in. It's about keeping you from ascension. It's about keeping you from your life. This ain't about them. Their time is done. So all they're doing is a distraction and playing around with playing a game. That's it. They hate each other now, even more today than they did yesterday. Because see, yesterday, they didn't see this coming. See, but the entity that created them knew this shit was coming. See, he knew this was coming. So that's why I said they were created with an expiration date. That's where you get the clock, the calendar, and all that shit from, because it's their expiry. They were always been on the clock, not us. So again, I value you, my people. I sincerely do. I wanted to share that. Hold up. Not to mention, yesterday, there was an attempt on you-know-whose life again. Putin. There was another attempt on his life again yesterday. And he said, we ain't going, he said,
whatever happened to Chuck Norris?
We going to respond to this shit. He said, we are going to respond to this, and we're going to respond to it the way we want to respond to it. Hold on.
He is very much alive.
In a major news development, there has been a failed attempt to assassinate Russian President Vladimir Putin, or so claims Russia. Moscow says it shot 2 drones down that were on its way to kill the Russian president. Since the failed alleged attempt to assassinate Putin, the city of Moscow has now banned drone flights in the area. Earlier this week, another report was filed by a media house that stated that Ukrainian Secret Service attempted to assassinate Putin with a drone, but the attack failed when the drone crashed before reaching its target. The Ukrainian forces reportedly launched the UJ-22 drone laden with 17 kilograms of C4 plastic explosives. The drone flew from...
Question. What do you do after somebody supposedly makes an attempt? Now listen, this is all movie screen shit. But I'm just asking you. We watch the movies, and sometimes we watch movies and we see what's going to happen next. What do you think is going to happen next with that bullshit there? Huh? That's all I'm saying. What do you think is going to happen next? Ukraine, NATO, and America are all together. Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, and India are all together now. South Korea agrees to switch sides. They got Taiwan, Japan, and a few others. That's it. Which ain't going to be able to do a damn thing. So what do you think is going to happen next? Here we go. Let me give you a heads up what's going to happen next. What's going to happen is they're going to do a blockage. They're not going to allow the stuff that come from Taiwan. Just like China not sending nothing over here no more. They're not going to allow the stuff like your computers, your chips, your cell phones, all that stuff there. You're not going to get any of that stuff coming from Taiwan. Your food shortage is going to kick in because they're going to collapse the money, and they're going to say other countries, because of the war that's going on, you're not going to be able to get certain shit. So everything is going to be skyrocketed. I hope that you are prepared. I hope that you are ready. The reason why I know this has to go down and it must go down, let me just make this very, very clear to everyone. The reason why I know that this has to go down and it must go down, because we shouldn't be earning to live on a planet that we provide, that we first of all, that we fucking seeded everything here. And a planet that provides everything for us. So this is why I know it has to go down. You notice you don't hear nothing about Jacob Rothschild, Bilderberg. You don't hear nothing about their finance. You don't see nothing about them, but you hear about that meeting with the fake King Charles, with all those religious leaders and celebrities and shit that they're supposed to gather around this upcoming Saturday for him. What do you think that's about? It's a celebration or ritual to who? To welcome who? The Lizard King. That's why this was the whole reasoning on the fake Elizabeth for her to pass away. She didn't pass away. So we're coming in directly into pure masculine, low frequency ass energy. She's worse. You understand? But this right here is just blatant. See, a woman can be, no disrespect, sisters. So please stop what I'm thinking. Just think about what I'm saying. A woman can be manipulating. So understand this. That's why the queen is there, to manipulate you. Oh, look at this old woman. She don't want anything. She's harmless. She's just seeing. You keep thinking that's an old woman. You ever see that old woman in fucking what's that Legion? When that old woman was climbing that damn ceiling, who walked, she said, all your baby's gonna die. She said, you that there? Shit. Keep thinking that's one of them. So you have the female. She's supposed to be representative of the female energy, which has it in reverse because everybody giving worship to her. But now she's gone. Now the masculine energy here, he's going to be blatant. He's erratic. He's out of control. When it's just masculine energy, there's no balance. It's just completely erratic and out of control. And this is why you see everything right now out of control. You know what I mean? You got control chaos and you have out of control chaos. And this is out of control chaos because they can't stop what's going on. They're racing against the sun. So they're behind the 8 ball now. They like, shit, we should have, we thought we had more time to do this. So now we got to do this. We thought we had more time to do this. So now we got to do this. We thought we had more time to do this. So now they're rushing everything, which is all going to backfire and it's not going to work for them. It's going to work to a certain degree with some people. But for us, the whole majority, it's not going to work. That's all I'm saying. It's not going to work for us. It's not going to work. So for majority of the people on the planet, whether you're a procreatic cell or eukaryotic cell, it's going to work. But for the righteous people that understand, that's been studying, doing their own research, tapping into themselves and see what's going on, it's not going to affect you truly. You already go to bed hungry at night. You touched yourself. You know, I ain't eating nothing tonight. Fuck it. And my stomach saying I'm hungry, I'm going to sleep. Woke up and felt better. Said, hold up. Shit. I thought I needed to eat something. Woke up, felt better. Woke up and felt better. Said, let me get at this shit today. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. See, you already know. You already putting yourself in a position to be a winner. You understand? Because you was born a fucking winner. And don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget that. Don't let nobody else, because they can't find themselves to be a winner. Don't let that hold you back. Don't let nobody hold you back. Don't let nobody, because they can't find themselves. So therefore, they're not growing. They want to proceed. You know how people have good conversations to make it seem like they're progressing? Not progressing, because all you got to do is be around them a little bit longer and just listen to their conversation. I was prom queen back in the day. I was prom queen back. What the fuck do back in the day got to do right? What are you right now? You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be telling their jail stories back in the day. Man, I was that's back in the day. What about right now? What we doing right now to build for the future? That was yesterday. That was yesterday. What's up? And that's a fact. So there we go. So hold on, let me see something. I got one more thing I might have to play here for you. Is it? No, I'm not playing that. All right. So the next time when I go live on YouTube for my YouTube family, got y'all. Other than that, this shit is over, my people. When I say this is over, this is over. I mean, everything just backfired on these people, man. They don't have a leg to stand on and none of that. Oh, one more thing. Let me just show y'all something. Just to give y'all some update information. Sun blood weather update. Okay. No wonder why they don't listen. The Schumann resonance, y'all know I show the Schumann resonance all the time. I told you if you haven't read about the Schumann resonance, you need to read about it. So here's the Schumann resonance, right? Y'all know I would show this all the time. Not only I would show it, but Mr. MB33 will pull it up too. So I notice why he haven't mentioned this. 4/21/23. This was the last report of the Schumann resonance. The Schumann resonance. The Schumann resonance monitors the frequency of Mother Earth. You understand? It monitors her heart rate because we're directly connected to if you look at Earth, it's the same letters in Earth are the same letters in heart. So it monitors the heart rate of Mother Earth. And that frequency has a magnetic field, and that's connected to us. We are all divinely connected. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. So they shut the Schumann resonance now because if you was to read about the Schumann resonance and the spikes and understand what's happening, you will understand why your pineal gland is, why do you feel that? Why do you feel the way that you feel inside of your head? Why do you feel like sometimes like a vibration going through your body, especially if you're eating healthy and taking care of yourself? Why you're getting headaches? Why you feel depressed? Why you feeling anxiety? Why are you feeling sometimes even you maybe feel a little nauseous? You know what I mean? With your headaches. Anything, but it will give you an idea. So listen, they stopped giving that information. Now let me tell you why they stopped giving it. Let me tell you why in my personal belief. See, here's May 5th. Here's May 1st. What was that? It was almost an X flare. Now look at this. These are all flares, energy that's coming from the sun. These are now look at this date right here. Let's say May 3rd, right? Look at the time. Look at this. M flare. We are getting hit. We are getting hit with ionized particles. We are getting hit. Charged particles. So now listen. Let me go back over here. Why is it not registering right here? Why is it not showing right there? Because I believe it's a lot more than that just going on in the sky. Here you go right here. Hold on. Okay. You know, Earth is in the middle. You can look at the backside pressure. Whatever's here is over here on this side. Backside pressure on the planet. Then you have Earth is in the middle, white side of the daytime, black is the nighttime side. Look at the magnetic field. This is something here. You can see it. There's something here, right in here. No matter what they try to do with CGI it. Here you go right here. And how I know that? Because when I look at this right here, look at the arrows and where it's turning. Look at the intensity of how these arrows are turning, and look at where they're turning back. From all the way back here, these arrows are reversing. You see this? First of all, look at the wave. And then this is reversing back into the planet. Look at these arrows going back into the arrow. Look at these arrows going back into the planet. These arrows represent solar wind, gamma radiation. This is what it represents, coming from the sun. And these arrows, when it comes, the sun should be over here. At least what they tell us, because this is the white side. This is the magnetic field, that red that's bent back like that. Same thing as this. This is the magneto's pulse. And when those cosmic rays are coming from the sun should hit Earth, hit the magnetic field, and go on out into space. These are turning around. Look, turning around back into the planet. Charged particles. It's a race against the sun, my people. A race against the sun. This is a race against the sun. Believe me, when I tell you. Now, I hope everybody that is, I hope everybody is mentally prepared. If you're mentally prepared, you're going to naturally move physically how you're supposed to. I hope that you are mentally prepared. Sisters, I hope that you build bonds with your sisters. I hope that you truly have, the people that you're around in your circle that you can count on. I truly do. Call it whatever you want. This is just being honest. I hope that what's going to happen is we're going to be forced back to doing something that I spoke about in my videos before, that a lot of women feel as though that they have too much pride to do. Just understand that. You're going to get back to that. Just all I'm going to tell you. You don't see it now and it's okay, but you're going to get back. You're actually going to love your sister. You're going to fucking care for your sister. We're going to put a different value on our relationships. Believe me, when I tell you, our relationships will be totally different. In fact, our relationships will match the universe and no longer match our personal feelings in this world. I can promise you that. So y'all all have an amazing, supreme rest of your day. Get prepared for this stuff. You know what I mean? You only can be prepared for so much. I'm going to be fully honest with you. You only can be prepared for so much because things are going to change. Things are going to move. You don't know. Just like I'm sitting here, and I think because I got food and water here that I may not be here. Shit has to move and I have to get up and go. Oh, well, I'm prepared to do that. But what I'm not going to do is be ill prepared. You understand? Whereas though now I have to go to the very entity, the very organism that spent its entire existence manipulating me, psychologically manipulating me, fucking medically experimenting on me, literally genocidal, pull some of the most genocidal activities off on us that sometimes I can't even formulate the words, people. This is how hurtful this is. And they only doing it, just understand this, because they have been programmed to do it and they can't break away from their program. This was the whole test for them too. They couldn't break away from their program. Some of them can, but the some can't outweigh the many. See, that's the difference. So let me give an example. So let's go with black people, for example, so-called black people. Do you know how many black people on the planet really believe in a clock and a calendar? You know how many black people really believe that their birthday is what day it is? That's destruction. That's life for another being. That's destruction for us. So that's why this still exists. So if it was the other way around, it wouldn't exist. See, you got to get the majority to agree with it. Just like right now with transgender, LGBTQ, all that, you have to get the majority to agree with it. That's why you use Dwayne Wade and Gabriel Union. That's why you use certain actors and actresses and athletes in these to put in front of these children faces. You understand? And why you create division inside of the black household to make your child a leave because your child is abandoned and then go somewhere where they can go and stay at, get food, shelter, play video games, people talking to them nice, only to manipulate them. You know what I mean? You can be whatever you want here. Now, all of a sudden, your boy was straight in the house with y'all, but now he ran away because he don't feel appreciated and valued. Y'all don't want to, nobody want to hear what he's talking about. He's hurting on the inside. So now he goes over to the crocodile. The crocodile, they building shelters where they don't even have to let the parent know that we got your child here. Your child is taken care of. And then they're gonna put shit all in his food to create to imbalance, to keep the hormones imbalanced inside of his body. And then all of a sudden now, because he's in there around people that's practicing that shit, next thing you know, he psychologically start practicing this shit in his mind, and then he physically start practicing this shit because now he feel loved and wanted. You feel what I mean? He feel loved, wanted, and appreciated. And that goes not just for males, that goes for females. That's even worse for fucking females. And I'm being honest. That's even worse for y'all. So let's just be real here. So now you in an environment, and the same thing I said yesterday. A lot of the shit that be happening when women be talking about niggas is thirsty, you better go look at your girlfriend that go both ways and see how thirsty she really is, sitting back watching you and your boyfriend go through shit. So waiting on you to him to break your heart or do whatever, and then you be the motherfucking titty you need to lean on. See? And I mean, next thing you know, you done got a couple shots up in you and shit, and you depressed and shit, and you like, well, I don't like this. Come on, it's just sickening. It is what it is. So we call it whatever we want. Truth is truth. Believe me, truth is truth. And let me just tell y'all that don't like truth. Let me just tell y'all that's pulling that shit that don't like truth, because I be telling the shit that's really happening amongst our community. Let me tell y'all something. Payback. You think karma not coming to get you with this shit right here? You think the karma not gonna come get you? Shit. You out your mind. Karma coming for you. You have the slightest eye. Karma is coming for every one of us that manipulated our people and usurped it fucking energy. Karma is coming, baby. It is fucking here. Some of us gonna get it so worse when this motherfucking lights and this power and this shit and this dollar collapse. Some of us gonna get it so bad. I can't even formulate the words again. Have an amazing supreme cosmic day. Continue to do you. As what they say, what Kevin Hart say? Do you, boo boo. Continue to do you. You know what I'm saying? Indulge and do your motherfucking thing. That's all I gotta tell you. Because it's gonna be one or two things. You're gonna go on a camp with them and you're gonna be their fucking lab rat, or you're gonna be out here on the streets, out here in this forest. And guess what you're gonna have to do? You're gonna have to be a woman or a man. It ain't gonna be no fucking in-betweens out here. See, out here on the streets, when you go in them camps, you can be whatever gender you want. When you come out here on these streets, you gonna be A or B. That's what the fuck you gonna be. You gonna be one or the other. Point blank and simple. Understand that. So have an amazing supreme cosmic day. Woman, child, and man, cosmos and earth, eternal light. Each one reach one. This is how we grow. I see you, my brothers and sisters. 6ix9ine, protect yourself at all times with knowledge, sunlight, chlorophyll, distilled water, and 3D human free. Kalama'at Amunra, God gene for life. Sunblood, sunblood, sunblood. I am not black. Yezzo. Yezzo. Slavery started in August. We supposed to run out of money in June. Fed now supposed to kick in July. And this war shit is popping off big time. Good luck to you. See you on the other.